welcome back, and welcome to the winter. Oh yes, that's right, we need to get these things built up. And we need to get some people going. You should come live with us. We need to keep you here, and we'll be happy to have you safe here. So, here we are back, and obviously it is the start of the season, and we gotta get people assigned to their jobs in this new season. We're also gonna stand ourselves in here, so that we are warm and not going to be watching our person go through the chattering shoes. Let us get all kinds of things set. I'm thinking that we'll get most of these things back. Farm fields obviously won't be having anything go on with them. Akko. Oh yeah, we don't have any workstations yet. We'll come back to her. We could do a drying rack, that would be just fine. And it will be good to... might as well. We'll have to get more firewood. That'll be crafted. And then we'll get more charcoal. We are in a point where I'd like to get moving towards steel. And that's why we're going to start getting those up and running. Oh, we can definitely get more stone. That's okay by me. Stone and chiseled stone, for sure we'll go for. I'm thinking as well we'll need to start having somebody crafting actual recipes. Here, right? Healing brews are only okay. We may have no choice. We obviously have a lot of them. That's not a lot of healthcare needs though, is it? It's not a lot. It's not great. We'll have to buy some more things. We'll get on that. Now, if we can. No, of course not. That's the wrong workstation for that one. Might be worth making linen. Yeah, why not? We know we have to start making trading resources. It will be vital for us to build up what we have and improve where we're at. Now, this is a challenge. It is hard to see whether there's a person here or not, unfortunately, and that's a bummer. I think we're gonna have to find... oh no, it's definitely a problem. Now for foraging, we obviously cannot anymore get shiitake. We can get... okay. Tell you what, we're starting to actually cook up. But I can only get... it looks like only edible mushrooms are available this time of season, so we'll have to deal with that. We don't need as many though. Grass is still important. I don't know where this person is finding grass in the winter, but I will allow them any ability to do so that they want. And we are stuck in a bad spot for this. We'll see what we can do with this. And I don't think we need any more oil. We're doing pretty darn well on that one, honestly. We'll do this for now, just because it is worth getting somebody on something, and we want to get moving, right? We want to get into our day and into our plan. We can also have you here. There's got to be something else we can do. This is unfortunate. I wish I could see what it says here. We could also have this person as a hunter. Yeah. Why don't we do that? Oh dear. Wrong station. There we go. Fur is not bad. We do still need to make a number of different seed bags. So let's head back. How much money do we have? Oh, we're just oh so good to go. So even though it seems unnecessary, we're gonna do the fast travel to get back. Now let's see here. I want to make sure these actually have people on them. Okay, we're good. And now it is time to make a large collection of planks. All right. And the plans, let's see here. What should we do going into this? Well, we have the wintertime. Oh, that reminds me. we do definitely need to assign workers to be those who will harvest ice for us this season. We're going to want to do as much as we can this season to get that. And as much as it's not something that Kuroi-Ran wants to encourage, having access to sake and eventually shisho is important for trade. It's one of those things where it's going to bring back memories for her and Akko and of her father, but it's going to have to be one of those ideas that we allow the past to be the past, and it doesn't have to influence the future as strongly, and that we can allow those ghosts to die in their graves and stay in their graves. Now, let's get a bunch of these things set. Mosquito repellent, nice. And with this, we do definitely want to get a number of things done. Now, I am a little concerned that we are sitting on paper logs and we aren't processing those through. So we should definitely get that done. And is it worth having workers do that? At some point we're going to have so many workers, why not? But we may just have to get ourselves in a position where we can take advantage of that. For now, we need to get a second village started and get it to a point where it is in a good position to thrive on its own. We can continually upgrade and add more and more, and we're really close to having the next dynasty level, and that'll allow us the paper maker. Washi. And it's going to be one of those things that is going to bring back another set of memories that we can walk through and think through, and also that'll allow her to take advantage of the skills she's learned in the past. Oops, that's me trying to make an entrance. There we go. Perfect. We'll eat some food and start our day out. Wintertime is tricky in the sense that we have to find a way to navigate all of the cold, and we have to be sure that we can go between our different spots. In other words, there we go, good. We need to be able to navigate the going in and out of warm spaces so that we can keep up that campfire warmth so we don't get freezing cold. Although right now, I don't have the icon up, which is telling me that we are warm enough, apparently. I guess we're warm enough with the clothes we have on. That's handy. Now, we don't actually have access to tin ore for mining for our people. We're going to do this our own way. By getting this, we should be able to process through some more bronze, and that bronze will be great for us to build some better tools and have our villagers continually increase in tool quality over time. Most likely pickaxes, honestly. Since axes, we're going to have enough, we'll have an army of woodworkers, and stone axes are good enough until we get to iron. Then we'll be happy to move on to iron tools. This season, gathering ice, gathering lots of stone, will be necessary to have these bronze pickaxes. There we have it. And of course I was working on straw. Perfect. And now we should be able to... There we are. That's good news. That'll take care of all of the resources we have. And the only issue we are currently working on is beverages and... Not bad. And heating is... I think we'll be okay. I think we'll be okay. How many miners do we have? That's a good question to ask. Mining workstation 2 and unemployed. Oh dear. Let's change you to ice. There we are. 79, huh? Okay. It's something. We need to switch this out with a better tool. I think we need another mining workstation, that's for sure. Alright, and we're going to need to go to our forge, and we are going to need to be sure that we are getting some bronze pickaxes. Only 2. Well, fitting though. Okay, tool access is not there yet. I haven't really set that up yet, and that's not a big deal. We'll get to that shortly. 87. Okay, so 10 more. That's not bad. Oh yes, I need a job for Akko. For sure. Absolutely. Well, let's make this happen. Assigning a guard is not a bad idea, but it's not going to do any good for us just yet. Wouldn't mind just having another person with a well, just so we can continually really ramp up the water. But I also want to have another mining station, and we know it. So, without further ado, it's time to get that last mining post up, and for us to get that as our focus. Is that a boar? Now for this, we know that the ice is really one of the key resources we're aiming for. So for now, let's put it here. And all this village planning is not exactly the fate that Kuroi-Ran would have expected to have over time. Really just expecting to live out hundreds of different lives without names, or with different names I should say, rather than having settled in one place. So this is an odd space to be. Actually settling into a spot and actually finding herself in a position where she is going to be a person of importance, known and remembered, and in many ways honored, and making a space for others who can survive and thrive, something that was a challenge for her throughout her entire existence. Alright, we have 2 workstations. Let's get people on them. We are, and it is ice time. There we are. Perfect. The only person left is Akko. Paper maker at 12. A basic brewery. As much as I hate to admit it, it is a thing we need to make. I think for now we'll build a well, and we'll have Akko work on the well. Now, we do have another new person over here. Let's take them on for the start of this, and they can finish up our mining for ice. Of course. And let's get you a home. Oops, my bad. I'll try to work against the clock here. Also have the added issue that right now we don't have an ice storage. I'm thinking ice storage would make sense somewhere up here near the beverages, just because it just kind of fits logically with them. I don't know as this would be the best place for it. Temperature wise, we probably want to hide it out somewhere in the gully down here. Somewhere where it's not going to get a lot of sun, somewhere where it's going to be hidden away from lots of temperature fluctuations. Let's see if we can get away with this space. really do want to have it right here. That's unfortunate. And we fit this thing in here before the clock ticks to the end. Tell you what we're going to do is we're just going to get it placed so we can move it. That's what we're going to do. Lots and lots of straw. There we go, and now we have to fix that pickaxe so we can get a little bit of ice, and then we're going to wrap it up. I'm not sure if we're going to make it before the actual end of the day, but we'll try. We are. Perfect. We needed 10 ice, so we'll aim ourselves at that. I'm really gonna hope it doesn't tell me I need iron. Okay, good. And apparently we are warm enough with this straw cloak on. That surprises me. I figured we would be freezing ourselves apart here, chattering ourselves until the end of the days. The boars are quite mobile, aren't they? Oh, shoot. Yeah, I thought we were done. I'm guessing we have more ice to go as well. Yeah. That last bit here. Then we'll be all set. Perfect. Now, should be set. And we'll take that boar out, seeing as it's getting awful close to our storages. We don't need that thing deciding that it's found some food or some people that wants to be a problem around. There we go. Oh, that's right. I think we actually need to make a new knife, don't we? Okay, well, the stone knife will last you a very long time in this game. So for me, I think we'll stick with those for quite a while here. Perfect. Alright, we can take our boar out. And this one, we can't have this one wandering around the village. Oh, they're so cute when they start running all fast. This will do us some good too. Now look at us. We're going to have a good collection of meat and a good collection of fur for the start of the season. We reach, there we go. So that's that trick where if you can see the arrow and you can harvest at the same time, you can start the harvest animation, and then when you pick up the arrow it stops the animation and it goes straight to being done, which can be, it speeds it up a little bit. Not that you need it to go faster, honestly. It's quick enough as is. We've kind of started something here. And another boar down. Okay. We at this point should have a good setup. And we do have an unfortunate neighbor, which is a problem, and I think that that's a problem we need to solve now. We've been in Segi recently, and the headman has been a unique problem that we're identifying. He clearly is questionable in his morality. He clearly is interested in extorting people and taking advantage of a man for spying while pretending that he's going to help save the boy's child, and lets the child die anyway and does nothing to assist him. There is no good nature to this person that we can see at this point, and I think we need to check his power And at this point, Segi's headman, we can kind of envision our own story on this one to say that right now Segi's headman has a deal with the deserters. I mean, they have a very nice house outside of town. There's no way that he isn't aware of them with the expansive mansion that they have. So they have to have some kind of deal going on, which is something that Kuroi-Ran is obviously not going to stand for, and is something we're going to face and fight down. Now, deserters are a problem, though. Not only do they have no honor for having fled, or at least that's what people would say, though wisdom says that one has to flee from battles at times. Otherwise, you don't win. And for as much as there's the Bushido Code in the era, the Bushido Code was very much a code. It doesn't mean it was something that everybody did. And it is fun. We look back on it and we imagine that everybody adhered to the Bushido Code, and we have this romanticized version of the samurai and how they behaved and how they always had honor and they would never flee. But the reality of it is not the same as what we romanticize, of course. People do flee. People are flesh and blood, and they get scared, and they need to run, because at some point, they don't wish to die. So, the Bushido Code is a good practice in theory, and a way to create a system of honor, and it is a really admirable code in a lot of ways. But obviously not in other ways. But obviously not perfectly adhered to. So for us, now, we have a background in the arts that are more consistent with the considerations of honor. The training of Ako through Omi, the province of Omi, where she went to the famous ninjutsu school when she was a youth, scooped up, not literally and not in the sense that she was taken against her will. She didn't have anything in her youth. And for her story, which, again, I've got to work on getting the whole, I want to have the story told as if from her. She started out on the streets and not having anything. Her family was something she never actually knew. And so her start in life was trying her best to beg for food, trying her best to just get anything she can to survive, and then being taken in by the school in Omi, happening to travel into that province, and then having somebody from the school find her and decide that she had potential. If anything, it may have been just as simple as, well, she's young, she's clever, and we might as well put her to use and give her a purpose. Otherwise, she'll sit on the streets and be a beggar. She can at least be an informant. But then she excelled. That was how her fate began and how she thrived. Let's see her. There we go. That's the end of the day. Ako has a day off. I'm thinking that here we're probably going to want to have more woodcutters' huts because it is still such a vital thing. We will at some point need to really plan out some of these here. I also want to make sure we have a woodcutter's hut because I will need to process down things into planks at some point in time. It's always good in your villages to have that woodcutter's hut available and somewhere nearby. I think you will find that it does make your life easier. And now, if you don't know, this is one of the most important things. For your furniture, you can always add more production furniture to your buildings. Woodcutter's hut is the most important one in my opinion. You want to have that second carpentry station. You just absolutely want to have it. Now, for this one, we were going to do spirituality and trade here. That is the goal. We also need to start thinking about how we're going to map out this region. I want to have our corridor of spirituality and trade this way. That means that we're going to have to rethink what this area looks like. I'm thinking that we have our centralized village here. This will be living spaces. I want the brewery to be somewhere near the water because obviously that is a vital thing. And I'm thinking that we're going to have a tavern up on this hill. It may not be a bad idea to have the brewery up here so that they can be nearby one another. And as much as sake is a good trading resource, it's also a very good resource for gaining information. Turns out people talk more when they're... Turns out people talk more and share more information when they're intoxicated. So, Kuroi-Ran knows the value of such a facility and having the resource. Though, unfortunately, Akko also understands the value of this thing, but finds too much value in it as well. I appreciate the fact that the wooden hammers are breaking down quickly. I don't remember them breaking down this fast, and that's good. It seems to me that maybe their durability got knocked down a bit, which is awesome. Look at all the stored sake. Oofda. Nice. Looks cool. Okay, that's what I'm talking about. Needing more grasses. Oh, filtration. And more resources. Base storage is a big deal. We have it, obviously. There we are. Now, our key problem. Iron. Oh, never mind. I take it back. We're gold. And there's 12. That's the exact thing we needed. Okay. It's time for us to take on that forager's hut then. Because I need grasses. We are definitely going to need grasses. So it's worth noting, as far as healthcare is concerned, it's not really, not worth having the person making our herbalist job here. That healing potion is not the best. But we don't actually have a second workstation, so I better work on that. Okay, so let's do this. Let's build the forager's hut here, and then we'll take care of our basic needs. There we are. Now getting rid of these will be key, and we can be set. We are going to need to build ourselves some shrines at some point soon here as well. Just so we have ourselves in that wonderful position that we can actually be ready for spirituality and spiritual needs. And it's important. We want to honor the gods as we've traveled into this region. We have been guided by, at least it's been Kuroi-Ran's belief that the gods have helped her find her way. Oh, I still have the texture. Because too many things have happened in her life to make it anything less than divine intervention that has helped her through this. Obviously, Akko is a part of that as well. And she's also a part of helping instill those beliefs. So whether good or bad, she's pushed Kuroi-Ran to be spiritual and believe in the spiritual. Yeah, that's going to be fun. And take care of that easily. I think having a Kama is going to be a big change and help here as well. Pretty soon, we're really close to that moment in the game where we are done gathering resources as a main character. We are so very close to it. We're getting much, much higher in our population. At some point, we're going to have just so many people that there's no way that we are going to be needing to gather things anymore. And I'm looking forward to that. We also need to create an army of harvesting stations so that we don't have to keep building more buildings. So let's do this, and let's do this now. Get into here, wrap up our last bits of things. Now Now, we don't have to have beds in these buildings, I don't think. So I'm actually... I want to stop having beds in these areas. I'm also going to move our storages into areas where we can easily access it. Like, I like being able to run up to the building and just click on that. Let's now expand these workstations. The forager's workstation, yes. Oh, it doesn't fit so well. Now, we could cram these in here. Obviously, we could just try to fit as many as we want. Oh, that's not going to work out so well, is it? Okay. We're going to try to get appearances. Let's see what we can do. Nice. Okay. Now with this, we're going to have an excessively workstation heavy building. Oops. Helps to click on the furniture. Now we could do that. I could do this and have it face to face like so. I think this will be good. Now this is very much a focused place. Like, there is a lot of work getting done in here. We could obviously still have some work there, as in we could have one more workstation. I think we're okay. It's time to buy some items. Matter of fact, it's time to we're just gonna do the thing where we mass purchase. There we are. Liberate our autonomy, that's a big deal. Healing compresses are huge, and with the fact that we now have linen, we're in a really good spot. Healing compresses will be a great way for us to gain health back while we're on our missions, and we do have, well, we have a very important mission to consider here shortly. It is late though, so it is time for rest. This village is, this is a problem. The enemy of a safe village is an unlit village where thieves can sneak about. Let's get at least some light sources out here so we know our people can find their way. And we certainly don't want them to have to walk in the dark. It is also unfortunate to consider the idea that, obviously, light from a distance, anybody can see. That's a bit of a problem. But we do need to make sure our people can see where they're going and feel safe. We'll have oil lamps for now. Ah! Okay, now I'm holding down the left shift. And if I do it while I'm moving, I'll run, and I can keep adding these light sources one at a time. And I can keep doing this continuously. Much better. Okay, fantastic. But it is time to rest. Ako, you can definitely have a job now. And it will be gathering grasses. We need a lot. I believe this is our bed. We'll see. Time to actually get a full night's rest for our character. We have much to do. Ah, more people are showing up. Makes you the headman, put another in place, and it's worse. Yes, and you have worked on crops, so I sped through the previous person's storyline. I'm so sorry. I went way too fast through that. This person, so they mentioned working on crops. They should be working in jobs that relate to agriculture or foraging. Let's do that. Now, I need to check this. Oof. So those bronze pickaxes broke instantly. Well, it's really convenient that we have extra bronze, I guess. We'll say that we have villagers who help repair these things. I don't want to get too excessive in having infinite skills. We'll just envision that other people do the helping here. Now, Oddly enough, those bronze pickaxes are goners. They are not in this area. That's unfortunate. It seems that we are just kind of losing them. I wonder. We may want to take on another... We may want to, as our character, take on another face and take on another name to take out these enemies that we're about to confront. I'm thinking the face and the name that we want to take on this time are a bronze warrior. Bronze-clad warrior. We probably have enough resources to do that. Perhaps we'll do so. Oh, I'm not going to be able to finish this workstation. My dear, you're in the way. But I can talk to you and ask you how things are going, and then generally they move afterwards. Generally. There we are. Important to actually finish your workstations. We need to build a new watchtower in the other area as well, because we don't want anybody to start moving into our region. Fantastic. Alright, well, it's time to get food. And it's time to assess where we're at. Let's eat it. There we are, cooked rice. And it looks like I don't have enough meals, but we are definitely getting enough fish. So then it's time, one of our people needs to turn into a cook. Well, actually, you. Let's go. I take it back, apparently. We already do have somebody on that job. Then what do I have you making? That's the big question. There we are. Cooked rice is fantastic. And we only have simple fish meal unlocked. It is... Oh my goodness, we're still doing well on this one. I think we better max this out, though. Now that's going to drain us of rice in 2 days. That's okay, though. We need to do so. We need to get things rolling, I think. How close are we to tavern? What? Hold on. That is not something I expected. That is certainly not something I expected. Okay. I did not expect us to already have access to the tavern. I thought that was 13, honestly. I figured that happened at level 13 for Dynasty. Did we get to level 13 and I just missed it? Oh, interesting. Well then, that's just a part of my memory being incorrect. There we go. Ooh, yeah, I remember these. We were facing down some problems, we'll say. Now, I'm thinking that we want our tavern to overlook the lake. That would be the best. Yes. Oh, this is going to be a lot. Let's go. With the tavern, we get the big sunken hearth cooking workplace, which is exceptional. We are going to definitely be in a good place here. And now we need to start our paper industry as well, which I believe we'll put in this region. Region doesn't make sense in that context. I mean back behind here. We are looking at it right now. Put it into this area behind the wood working station. Or, perhaps better yet, we should have the woodworking station be the thing that is hidden away, and the paper maker be out in front. To think through that idea. Now, this, we have a large collection here. That ought to do it for us. as we finish up the tavern. Oh, the nervous sensation for Kuroi-Ran, and obviously thinking about Akko with the concerns for her habit will be a thing worth having on the back of her mind. Is not something she wants to watch Akko sink back into, but she is obviously a person who has the free will to choose. And, ooh, you know what? I wonder, what would it look like if we did this? I've never actually done anything like this, and I kind of want to make it different. Let's do that. Let's make it look different. Let's see what it looks like. Why not? Miss. So now, by the way, for those curious, it is pressing E when I'm there. I'm just changing it to the open frame wall. I want to see how this looks. I'd like to change it up. I mean, I've made the traditional, make the open areas on it. And it looks nice. And it's also the quickest one to go, and it requires the least resources, which is a thing. But I think I'd like to see what it looks like with this. This also gives a little bit of a private screening. A privacy screen. Let me try my words. Privacy screen. Well, limitedly, right? Okay, I'm curious how that looks. I hope it turns out nicely. Oh, we have to do the straw roof, though. There we go. Oh, there's hammers. All the hammers. Perfect. Yeah. It's not a tavern until it has a little light in the corner. Right. Cooking pots. Yes. Honestly, I prefer that. I rather like that. Now, it feels a little enclosed, but it's not bad. I rather like that. Cool. Very nice. It's important to try stuff out, right? It's important for us to just test out things and see if we like them. And I'm curious if the other walls would have looked nice as well. Maybe we'll give that a go sometime. I should still have some iron left over, which is perfect. We'll make a couple cooking pots. I do want to make a multitude of workstations so that this way we are set to go. Perfect. And our needs should be fine at this point. A lot of this episode is starting to feel that we are going to just be upgrading the village a lot. We really do need to get ourselves in a spot where we can start our mission against the deserters, though. But I just cannot resist the chance to have the tavern done already. Perfect. Eating area. Now, we'll go to furniture. We're going to go to service building furniture, tavern, and we're going to fireplaces, and we want the big cooking pot. Now, do we have to do, it doesn't say workplace. Cooking pot, workplace. We want the big cooking pot. Now, I'm thinking, well, I suppose in the center is a good way for thermal, as in a good way for us to be sure that we're getting good distribution of heat. Now, the question becomes how many of these meals we can just take and purchase. Meet any condition. Doesn't even say the condition we're looking for. Unfortunate. Not enough monies. Oh no. We actually ran ourselves out of money. Well, let's take care of that. We've obviously done a number of favors to the people in the area. Ooh. I have an idea. But I need some money too. Alright, before we go any further, we do need a storage. We're going to need that wood storage. Now there's about to be a number of villages here. I'm sorry, houses here. Let me try the words. So we should definitely have a wood storage somewhere within this area so that people can get access to firewood. I think it kind of looks like that, right? Let's do that. Perfect. Nice. Now we have our wood storage. Let's see. We'll obviously need the ice storage as well. Unfortunately, building it on the hill doesn't make a whole lot of sense, and it's way over there and exposed to the sun, which is not exactly the smart way to do things. Do we have any space in a gully that we can put this? A little treed in over here. We can add more trees as we go. That way we can say it's that way it'll feel a little more believable. And obviously you don't have to do that in your playthrough. It's just, I like trying to picture it a little realistically. Give ourselves some limitations. So much straw. Good thing we have all these villagers working on grass and straw. And there we have it. Now I did that because I wanted to have access to all the storages in this village as well. Now we'll make a pathway down there in time so that we can get our items there. Right. I think we're going to run into a small problem. I want to... When we go and face these enemies, I'm concerned, and Kuroi-Ran would be concerned about safety. I mean, deserters are... Facing these looters and these bandits in the mountains is one thing. And it's easy enough to take on the identity of the monk and just kind of, you know, have them be thrown off and easily be able to catch them in disarray and not have to worry too much about having armor on, since they're not as skilled. Now, here though, we're about to take on enemies who have left an army, who are skilled, who probably know what they're doing. And we need to take on an identity that will have them thrown a bit, right? Let's throw them off a bit. Put the cooking pots here. Compresses go here. Now, can I fix that katana? I wonder. And of course, we're going to be stuck with not the best bows, but we can make do with it. It does not mean we have to be stuck with bad arrows, though. But we'll get some help from some of our villagers who are able to make better weaponry, and then we're going to head into this village as the bronze-clad warrior. And unfortunately, we are going to have to buy more things, and we are low on the monies. Perfect. The bronze arrows will do us some good. We do need we obviously need much better. We're gonna need some better equipment. Ah, the only thing we're missing is leather. Well, that's enough. And we already have a simple katana, so it's not gonna get us much better than where we're at. Let's go fix that thing, and at the same time, run into that. Let's go in here and see if we can make that tanning vat. We gotta move some of these things. For production furniture, we'll go tailors. Ooh, my bad. Furniture. Then production furniture. Then tailor. And then the vat. Liberate Segi. Okay. That being the case, we are not going to have access to leather for a little while. I really don't want to use a bronze sword. It's just not as good. Although it would fit the MO, wouldn't it? Perfect. We can just do that with iron ore. Excellent. Alright, then that is how we're going to do this. I tend to like to have the axe is just sitting there for me. I tend to like to have my healing items here. Now, the other thing we're going to want to have is we're going to want to have energy drinks, as long as we have the stuff to make it. Energy drinks are handy, and they allow you to get through a lot of the quick fights with extra pep in your step. Makes it so we can recover our stamina at a great rate, which is really handy. I wouldn't mind having more of these just so we're safe. Now, obviously with this armor, we will not share our information. We will not have put this on early. I just wanted to show y'all. Look at that bronze clad armor. We're looking good. We will say that we would don that armor in our small village, where there's very few people who know what's going on, and we're going to head out. Now we're going to travel ourselves into Segi, and there we're going to boast about the number of enemies we've taken out. We do still have our gun Shugo, and that's how we're going to start the rumors of the Bronze Warrior in Segi. And that's going to set the deserters to be aware of us. We want them to know that we're coming, because we want them to either get proud of themselves and arrogant and therefore make a mistake, or to instill a little bit of fear that there is somebody coming through who appears to be a bounty hunter and is skilled enough to have taken out a number of people. So we want them to start thinking and being concerned that someone from a distant area is there and is causing a ruckus, and that they could be in danger. So we want to make sure we sell these writs to whoever we can. We want to make sure we get to the innkeeper, because we want those rumors to be traveling fast. We want people to really, and we want to make sure that we show them we are here and have them wonder what's going on. And Kuroi-Ran would talk this up, boastfully taking on trying to have a masculine voice, trying to hide that she is a female, because obviously we want them to question it, and obviously at this time women would not have been considered warriors, and she wants to have as much mystery in this as possible and not give away anything about her true identity. And of course the head itself would be worn low to minimize the amount you can see. There we go. We do not want to sell to Fujichi. Unfortunately, Fujichi would recognize us, so we aren't going to trade with him. We would trade with the others who don't know us well. Ooh, look at that, fruit planks. Nice. And paper logs. We'll be on that soon enough. Now from here, we'll sit here, and in the tavern we'll... Ooh, and it's not full. Perfect time. We'll buy one. We'll buy a sake. And let's see here, what would it be? We'll buy a vegetable meal. We want them to think strangely of us, that the strange person only eats vegetables. There we go. And she will have drank parts of the sake and poured out other parts, just so that no one would be recognizing that she has, or that the warrior has consumed anything. The Bronze Warrior. Ooh, freezing cold. Ooh, that was a mistake. Let's go back in there. Gotta remember that the conditions here now are different. We gotta remember that when you jump in the water, in the cold seasons, there we are, perfect, that counted, I'll take it. Whenever you're in the water in the winter, you will get the cold condition, and that will slow us down quite a bit. Now, refugee, you, sir. What do you mean? What brought you here? You say dozens like me, killed or drafted in the army. Well, we have a place for you. You, sir, before the day ends, I believe that we can get you on a good workstation. Forager's hut? But I want to get you in the carpenter's workstation. Oh, and I don't have any of these. Not good. That being the case, we have to change that job. Okay, let's just get you going here. Paper bark is not bad. We could also get some of these. Yellow chrysanthemums, not gonna work. I say grass. We will need a number of that. Ooh, security. Okay, so then we just got the need for security. Oh, soldiers can receive. Come live with us. Now, we need you in the main village, or at least the Kohan. And then we're gonna assign you as the guard. There we go. 270. We've got it. Perfect. That's a win. And our last gentleman. Escaped from slave hunters. They returned and you were able to escape. I am glad that you were able to escape. Now, let's get you a home. There will be no slavery, and there will be no service without reward where we are from. You, sir. Oh, I needed more money to get the other one. Yeah, we can do this. Cooked rice is not a bad idea. We could easily do that. Solid fish meals, okay. I don't really want to waste the resources on it. So I think what we'll do here is... Oh, I don't have a food storage. Without the food storage, we're in a tricky place. And we need to switch you out. Change job, my friend. Oh, and I won't have a food storage, so I'll have to be careful with that. And we also don't have that. I gotta... we have a couple things we have to make sure we take care of. That being the case, we're just gonna have to get what we can get. Let's have you get enoki mushrooms. And now, it is time for us to go. Rumors have started. Word has been spreading to the deserters' camp. I mean, obviously this is a season, so a day in our time frame here, we have to envision it being a little longer than just a day. That time has passed, and that this is just one of the days in the season, one of the days and one of the times that we had. The rumors will have spread. Now, let's rescue this lady from here, and then it's time. Yeah, then come live with us. Oh my goodness, we are kicking butt at villagers. My goodness. We're gonna have to put more people in Kohan because we don't really have a lot of room in the other spaces. And I don't have any jobs for them to do. There we go. We do need more chisel stone. Oh. Yeah. Unfortunate. There's a number of things. Oh, yeah. That's unfortunate. Stone jugs. Oh, yes, chisel. I'm running into a boundary here. I think we can have you making rope, though. Then let's do that. So you still have that. Oh no. Oh, this one lost their family. We need you to come here. Let's get you into our village. We'll see what we can get away with for this particular village. I wonder if I can get them to do any of these. And of course we don't have a food storage. So that's the problem we'll fix. And unfortunately at this point, then that leaves me in a spot where I need to go back and take care of that, so we'll do that. Then we'll go into here. let's head back out. We've got time. Our rumors can spread. We'll be even better off if we can let a little bit more of the rumors fly. And for them to start deciding what they believe, what they don't believe, what they fear, what they don't, or just how they want to consider their fate. We also don't want to be observed leaving. That's one of those tricky things too. Now, let's see here. Unfortunate. I think what we'll do is we'll build a number of our storages in this little region here. Now, there we go. Edible mushrooms. Well, okay. And we just need to fix that up. That means that it will be worthwhile for us to change a couple of these jobs. There we go. Well, we obviously aren't going to have the mushrooms this season unless I go harvest them. We can do that briefly before we get to the end of this day. We'll see how much we can just sneak in for the end of this day. Dry ourselves off. Get to go on. And oh, the amount of work we're doing to get this last little bit in. It's good though. It's because I forgot to do it before. This is the benefit of the wintertime. Now you can really see the mushrooms. Perfect. Let's see if we can find anything else on the way over. I don't believe we will. I think it was just in that area for the most part. $42. That's good right there. Good to go. Then the only thing left is we need more wells. We just cannot get away with having so few wells. Well, here, easily accessible by our people. And then we will also want having the well on top of the hill is fine and good, but probably not ideal. There will be a little journey and a little bit of walking that'll be required to get to the well. There we are. Now, of course, we also need that beverage storage. And then we are set. And obviously this needs to be moved. I do want to place it better. And all the rapid clicking. Oof, this has been a productive day. And obviously having straw early in the game is having a big pile and easy access to lots and lots of straw is a huge thing early on. Perfect. Now we're ready. And perfect timing. Couldn't ask for better. It's time to go. Alright, let's get our arrows set. So we are in a good spot. And maybe recharge our... There we go. Recharge our eat. And then we'll head in. Time to head to Segi as dusk sets in. We should be able to finish a lot of this up before... We should be able to finish our work before this issue, but it might be smart just to have this done before we go. Oops, sorry for the fast pan. I say we'll get those axes in here and we can take off. There we are. Now with this, we'll be set to go. Should be able to just walk away from the day. Have the people of the village take care of the rest for this. 1,000 gold's not bad, but we'll be much better off after doing our part to help Segi. Whether they realize they need the help or not, the headman will certainly not appreciate us removing his extorting guards in the area. But the people of the village will certainly appreciate not having to worry about checking their backs all the time, or having a local group of deserters who, if they get rambunctious and need more resources, decide to take more. Half bow is a good bow. We're going to want to definitely liberate this area so we can have a better bow. As I recall, we get longbow here. I don't think we're actually going to end up with a half bow. Yeah, we end up with a longbow. Not bad. And we're going to want to get Eastern Swamps. There's so many good things to come out of that. Steel is going to be well worth it. It would be very tempting to go straight to here. It's a long one. Take a lot to take care of it. We would jump right past steel and go straight to masterwork, though. We're playing the game as intended, so we better go here. Alright, we're going to be getting cold shortly, so it's time for us to set ourselves up with a plan. Now, I don't want to be a fool running into this. But we do need to be sure that we set this place in disarray. We need to start things off. The bronze samurai. Taking down some of the tougher ones. And by drawing their attention away and taking them all one at a time, we can control how bad this will go for us. Or good. There we go. Now our other friends seem to have gone to the distance. Now these bushes are... My, these bushes are causing some trouble. There we are. Oh, this must be the limit of how far they can go, so I've unfortunately hit the limit, and they're just getting eased back and forth. There's the end of one. Now this is the trouble. So, turns out we can juggle them pretty well from here. We'll say that we're able to pepper them from distance with arrows. Haven't quite figured out where we are. I mean, we can hardly see through the trees. Maybe this will be easier. A little tired of always trying to look through the trees. Nice. Now I just have to get used to how the control style works. And if you don't know already, this is just by pressing V, and then you can get into a first-person view. You can get into a very distant third-person view, or a closer view. There we go. Now we're talking. Does seem like we're going to be unfairly juggling them from this location. Oh man, poor enemies. There we go. Arrow on your neck. Ooh, he's fast. Oh, walked right into it. Let's get you, buddy. You're all right in the side of the head. Shoulder is the other way to describe that. There we are, buddy. Thanks for your cooperation. Now, better make sure we get a bunch of these arrows back, because we are going to need them. Okay, a little bit of disarray happening in there at this point. Oh, ooh, there's Nazara Sushi. I tend to always end up finding that one. Before it's even a crafted thing or an unlocked recipe, I always end up finding that one somewhere out and about. Here, how are we doing? Looks like we've collected a good amount. Let's get back into it. I'm definitely enjoying the first-person view for archery. Don't know about the combat with melee weapons for this one though, just so we can get the timing down on weaponry. But let's try it. Oh, that's a lot of arrows. Oh, honorable Jizo. Now with this, we have a good start. There's quite a ways to go. Goods here are going to help us out quite a bit. Lots and lots of... Oh, I should just take all. Holding down E, and that'll take them all. With the falling of night here, should become a lot more difficult for them to coordinate. Now we'll also want to have somebody... This would be another one of those moments where, now that we have our sake den up, unfortunately, the worry will be that we'll start losing our help from Akko, unless we can help her keep control of her desire, and I think we'll aim to do so. But we can have her do a distraction on the other side of the building. Buy us some time. Oh my goodness. Oh, that's right. We're gonna be done here. Oh man, that's tough. That was close. Tricky thing here is just trying to get away when they're cutting you is tricky. That was pretty close. I'm very fortunate. That's going to be some serious wounds. We may not be able to finish this fight. Healing compress will work well for us, obviously. Oh, we'll go for this. We're not going for true realism here, so we're good to go. But that was darn close. Character death would be... I mean, we're trying not to. Oops. Let's try getting that shot again. There we go. Problem with these samurai characters is they are very strong and quick. The ones who actually are, I should say, not samurai, but the Ronin version of our deserter friends. They are very quick, and their attacks are powerful. Not to say that the Yari users aren't. They have better range and great power attacks, but samurai characters can spam a great combination of attacks that will just tear your health down. There we are. How about we try something here? Let's give the katana a shot. There we go. Alright, let's give this a go. Probably not be trying to take... How can we lock onto people when we're like this? There we go. Oh, we were able to take him out effectively. Although I will say the amount of health we have left is... Oops, my apologies. We're low on health, so that's not as good. Let's see what we can do. Alright. Health is back up, but boy, that one hit. We must have gotten hit a couple times here. Impressive. I'm so wrapped into it that I didn't even notice what major attack got us that drained our health that far. There we go. And we'll take you down. There we go. And look at that. Much better. Now we're starting to look like the Bronze Ronin. Now those guys, you don't really want to get too deep into a fight with one of these guys and two friends. Now we can use some of these structures, take advantage of the situation here. Let's not get taken. Oops. Oh, dang. I was trying to get the sword out to block real quick and I got him to the limit. There goes another bow. Now it's time to take short bows and do a lot less damage, but still better than being right up close and personal. Oops, we want to get up here and not chug out. Whoa, those bows break so easy. Alright, there we go. Take them down bit by bit. Alright, there we go. Let's get back into this, and now from here we are juggling them. I think at this point let's try to go in and let's see how well we can survive just the melee. Look at all the broken weaponry. Fair enough. Then let's go to Legend and let's see what we have left here. 2 unlocks. I would love for us to have something that's going to keep us able to survive this better. HP increase is good. Interrupted less often is good. We do have light attack set. Oh, that's right, we can't get those. That's good to go. Rapidly. Bad. Okay. Then what I'm going to think is, I like the idea of getting a pinch more heavy attack damage. It's better that we keep our poise strong. Alright, now we'll see if we can... Ooh, I haven't looted a bunch of people in a while. Let's not forget. Lest we forget all of the loot. I mean, as our Bronze Ronin, we would be... We're higher, but there's nothing saying we can't take from these ne'er-do-wells. Our code should say we shouldn't take from the field if we were true Bushido, I would imagine, so we will have to make them a little anxious. And one way to make these enemies anxious is that we don't have to adhere to a code that they can take advantage of. Now we gotta make sure we're not getting followed by some friend of ours over there. here, let's get ourselves some energy drink, and we'll regain some health. We'll loot when we're done. The leader is going to be a challenge. I don't know if we want to... I don't know if we're going to be smart. I don't know how smart it's going to be for us just to walk in and take on the leader with just melee. There we are. Oh, we're getting for ammo. Oh my goodness, we're getting full as an inventory. Right, we're gonna need to do some work on this guy to lower his strength just a bit. I don't want to end getting taken down too easily here. And he is gonna be strong. His hit points are gonna be through the roof. So, also having a katana means that his damage potential is also through the roof. We at least need to drain his hit points a bit, otherwise this is going to be a pretty short fight. I mean, all he has to do is just outpace us, and he'll always drain more hit points than we can possibly keep up with. I mean, considering he has what? We have 100 hit points, and he probably has somewhere in the 500s. So really all he needs to do is survive long enough to get just a couple attacks in, and we're pretty much done. Go. Now let's try the sword. Alright, let's see what we can do against you. Oh, that's right, there's a string here. Ooh. Oh, that's not good. There we go. Just barely getting there. And was I just spamming attacks? Oh boy. A little bit. This says Ashigaru leader? Wait, did he actually say Ashigaru leader at the end? Oh, interesting. I swear it said deserter leader when we were fighting him. Did it not? Interesting. Oh, that was pretty wild. Alright. Not the smoothest of fights, but still survived. Now we get to see what spoils go to the victor. Another simple katana. Iron, of course. The half bow is decent, but I don't really want to get stuck carrying it around. There's a lot of weapons that we don't really need, that's for sure. Man, tell you what, shaking. That was intense. I need to work on my blocks better. I will say this perspective throws me off a bit. It's easier, kind of like see what's incoming. So I want to see if maybe I do better when we shift perspective. So let's try that. Because at this point, I mean, you can't, yeah, Ashigaru leader, interesting. Also not being able to lock on, right? Let's try this. I want to see how this goes. Da-da-da. There's two of them though. It would be a fool to just take them both on at the same time. Yeah, well, I find it easier, and we can press T to lock on, which is good. There we go, now we take his poise down, and then we're able to finish it off. Now, I do think it's a little easier with the view like that. Is that... Ooh. Oops. It's just trying its best to fit it in the inventory. Well, we still have some looting to do. And we still have a few. Oh, there we go. This can be gone. Oh. Oops. That was not the intention, but we'll take it. How's our sword doing? We're good so far. Yeah. We'll keep our fixed katana. At this point, it's one that we've been using for a while, and this is kind of special for us now. We've used it long enough, it's kind of our thing. Now, if you auto aim for this, it definitely does not give you the best. Oh, this could be tough. Alright, buddy, what do you got? There we go. That's a lot easier. At least for me. Alright, the deserters are nearly taken down. Do we have to take every one of them out? It's probably the right thing to do. There we go, another half bow down. I would have figured that would have gotten him a little better. Oops, that's not an arrow that's knocked, that is me just top walking. Oh yeah, that's gonna be tough. And there we go. Okay, so we'll be gravely injured, and we will have to recover. So that'll end the night for us, we'll say. We'll put our loots away so we can be done with that. Yeah, I should have stayed and fighted. Or should have stayed and fought. Those are the words I'm looking for. But it is what it is. Drop in our items. Now that we have quite the collection of things. Stupas are great decorations, so the mini stupas. And the iron's good to go. I think we're still pretty good on iron though. Now these are supposed to go into the beverage storage, so we'll just deal with that in a moment here. Iron Ashigaru head is good. We can get that one going later. And we should have all of our storages already. Speak of the refugee. Drafted in the army or killed? Yeah. Now I wonder, I don't know as I have any more places for you to be, friend. Oh, we're at the edge. Oh, I see, because of the mining post. Okay. With that, we have stacked that entire village at this point, which is good. And I think... Oh yeah, stone mission station. Yep, no question. We do need it, so it's time to actually make those resources. Alright, yeah, let us rest the night and recover. We'll say Akko was able to bring us back and get us rested and patched up. Of course, we also get to use healing compresses, so there's still that component of magic that is happening in this where we can just gain hit points back. Alright, we're taking a walk, as I like the idea of having, in the future, spiritual, the temple region, or like a spiritual center there, and then merchant, maybe we'll have some trading goods on the way into there too, going across this walkway. These fields I think will end up pushing back a little bit. They're a little close to the road, so it might be nice not to have them right next to the road. Okay, and here, well no, I don't actually have all of the items here. Let's get our chisels in and set. We want to make sure we have a ton of these sets so we don't have to come back at this. I am a big fan of not having to remake these tools later. There we go. And now we should be all set on having chiseled stone. And on top of that, it will be really handy. That's good to go. We won't take that away. And you're making a rope. I think we're going to change you up. Let's get you also working at a stonemason station. There we are. Just so we can actually start having chisel stone on hand, we'll need that for our spiritual decorations. There we go. And we'll put those in there. Food to be here. Set to go. Now the question will be fixing those half bows. Leather. Well, we need to liberate Segi. We should be pretty darn close to the expectations. We need to finish our bridge project and the Segi watchtower. There's still 3 deserters left to go, so we are going to take them out. I just can't let them stay. So we'll tear them down bit by bit, and then we will take on finishing the project. Now, fortunately, we're not playing this for realism, otherwise the game's over already. And we've lost. But what we'll do is head over and we'll finish them off. After that, we'll come back, we'll do the bridge project. And that will be that. And at some point, we are going to want to think about having our own mansion that we can house many people in, and that we can have as a showpiece of the village. We know that the showpiece matters. We aren't gonna say that it's ours, and we won't have to say that it's just for one person. We can make it available for many. But it needs to be a showpiece of the village to show that we have made it, and that we have a successful trading venture, and that this is a place of great import. Okay. And down. A bronze sword will sell well. Oh, that was a broken short bow. Nah, we don't really. Oh, hi. There we go, buddy. What you got? That's gonna be a little out of your range. And you have a bronze sword for us. That is okay, because it's still stuff. Ooh, symbol katana. Now, I don't believe I actually came in here and took any of this. We haven't actually looted this place in full. It will be worth doing that. Now we're going to come out of this with plenty of coin to allow us to expand the empire, well, our future empire, and keep our citizens safe from incoming problems, we can say. At some point we'll draw attention, and that's going to make it hard for our people to survive if we can't fund our army, we can't keep our people going, if we can't buy items that we need. Alright, buddy. At this point, it's better to be offensive, to drop that bar down. And we're set. A bronze yari, and a little more looting, and we are set. Nice, a double bed. Only one bed in this entire place, though. Not an easy place to stay. For the other parts of the army. Great place to stay for your deserter Ashigaru leader. Alright, and we're set. We have liberated this region. All the area is set. The headman will not be pleased with us. And his little army is now crushed. And this guy is still falling in the snow. Poor guy. Whoop. Alright, let's go back. And it'll be time for us to build some items. The watchtower is up this way. And our bridge project is this way. There's a number of projects here, and there's going to be a whole map full of them to talk about at some point here. So I will get on making that video. It is on my list of things to do. We're going to need a number of resources to do that. What are we sitting on? We're sitting on too many items. It's not going to be worth trying to fill our inventory with the parts that will allow us to build when we have so many different things we really need. We need bamboo, logs, planks, probably straw, perhaps chiseled stone. Now let's find some people to sell to. Carpenter, I have drained you of coin, my friend. You. Nice, they're worth 1. The bronze swords are okay to keep if you want to have them for your villagers to allow them to guard the town. And it's good for that kind of thing. For your security work, your security jobs, it does work out quite well. There we go. Actually, you know, it might not be bad. We do have carpenters in town. Let's see what we can get away with them. As far as resources for building at least a small project. Honestly, that's not that bad. And we have enough of these that we can make do. Bamboo is so much more expensive than the rest. It's so entertaining. Nice. Alright, that'll take care of that. Oh wait, did you have straw? No, of course not. Alrighty, let's go on to here. The bridge project we need to finish is this one. Marked on the map, but there is another one here. So we do want to finish this particular project, even though there are 2 bridge projects in the area. There we go. It is stone and log that we need. Stone should be easily found. Yes, made it over water. There we are. Now I'm saying stone will be easily found. And then I have to actually find the stone. Get this all set. Should be able to finish this project now. And then we'll be able to wrap up our season. And my guess is that I'm going to need a bit of stone for the next one too. Watchtower is all the way towards Aratani, which is convenient because it also shows us where Aratani is if we hadn't actually explored the map, or if we're imagining that this is us kind of exploring the map as we go and learning about locations as we go. Alright. Of course, we're only just finishing the start to the project. Now we actually need to build up the actual project. There we go. Logs and planks. We should be able to buy the planks, logs. That's going to be a bit. Oh, this person's stacked with planks. I'm just going to buy them all up. That way I don't have to do... then we don't have to get more when we get to the next location. And really, when it comes down to it, I'm just getting experience for doing it. There we go. Now we've gotten as many logs as we can get away with. And it'll save me from chopping more trees. Or digging up stumps. We need 15 more. And we have quite a stacked inventory at this point. There we are. Now we can do a better job. Right. 15 more of these. Did I bring a shovel? I do have a shovel. Actually, we'll go for this. Alrighty, I'm gonna get these trees chopped down. We're gonna finish up this project and move to the next. And there we go. 5 workers for this one. Now we head off to the next. It is worth noting, though, that we should probably clear our inventory before we go. Don't remember what supplies we need for this watchtower, so I'm going to try to guess well, and we'll hope for the best. We'll go to Kohan, and then we'll go and we'll see what we get right and what we don't get right. We need to upgrade this particular area. I want to make that place look nice. Sitting on an awful lot of items that don't need to be in here. Time for us to take care of that too. Kind of kind of wildly throwing resources in the right or wrong spots. Oops. We do need straw. Pretty sure we'll need straw for this one, and we might need chiseled stone. See what we can get away with. We'll at least need stone to start out with. We have a ton of planks. See if I have any rogue logs hidden here. Not so much. Did I drop buckets down? I did not. This is a nice little area. This grass here is very pretty. I'll try to take advantage of having some of these natural landscaping features in. Look at all the logs. Oh my. Well, let's just take them all. Ooh, sticks. Just realized we probably will regret not having a stack of sticks. There we go. Now, let's head to Segi. There's a number of projects that we'll need to finish in this area. There are temple projects. There's another bridge project, as you saw on the map. Our watchtower project. Segi also has a mother lode, an iron sands mine, or an iron processing station, I believe they call it. And that one allows you to have a worker for a twice as effective, one worker that has a job that's twice as effective for stone or iron, which can be nice. It is really efficient. I mean, one worker getting twice as much stone as any other worker is nice, because you can get away with a lot. And it frees up a lot of other workers for other jobs. Getting extra iron, of course, is always nice, especially since iron is necessary for pretty much all of the major things that you guys build, and all of the major crafting that you'll do with steel and with master quality weapons. Like the Tamakashi steel? I probably totally butchered that, and I apologize. Well, thank you for sticking around for this long episode. We so far have liberated a number of regions and have only died one time, so that's not too bad, and it's okay. Things are gonna happen. We're gonna get defeated at times, and it's good to go. Uh-oh. Oh, let's see, it'd be convenient if this was an Ashigaru, but I mean, it'd be very unlikely. Hey buddy, we're gonna have to come back for your loots. One rogue deserter sitting up here watching over this region. Probably scouting for anything incoming. It's a good location for a scout to sit. There we go. Shoot. I did have good insight when it came to the straw. Good insight when it came to the planks. Not enough bamboo, it turns out. And logs. Oh dear. We are a long ways off on them. Alright. So gathering the logs, that'll take us a bit here. No need, it turns out, for our chiseled stone. Oops. Let's see here. My apologies. Let's see here. Bamboo should be not too far away. And as far as chopping trees is concerned, we're in a bit of a trick here because I need a bronze axe or better, and I did not bring a bronze axe, it turns out, and my last one is broken. So with the cedar forest here, it's gonna be a little difficult for us. Interesting. The medium cedars count as... Oh, it's firewood. That's why. Didn't double check that until after I got down. Okay. Then we're gonna have to go a bit before we can find anything worthwhile. But we also have to travel a bit in order for us to even see the bamboo, which is up this way, back towards Segi. And I believe at some point we'll start seeing different trees. And there we go. And that is our final production for the season. There we are. Went a little past our region. Oops, and our first defeats are one thing to people with swords. I'd rather not get defeated by a bear in the process today. There we go. I know at one point somebody was asking about performance-wise with the game and whether things have been worked out for that, and they are improving. Devs are clearly working on making things better for processing speed for the game, but it's not, I mean, it's still every once in a while you get chugs. My system is newer now, so I can definitely double check and make sure I actually have things optimized, but I also only notice the chugs when we have major events happening, such as we have a production time or there's just a lot going on. And I'm sure they'll keep working on it, and they are going to continuously strive to improve it, so it should be good. There we go. This energy drink is so good. It is definitely worth just having those on hand, so you can deal with situations like this where you just want to travel quick and be done with it. Our other trick, I'm gonna have to head down there and take out some of those trees. There we go. Alright, well, 17 logs to go. I'll see you after I get that done. I'm just going to... If you're playing alongside, I should make sure you know where you're going. Oh, look, more enemies. I'm not really in the mood to fight them right now. My goal here is to finish this project. Let's get ourselves through that. And now we see Aratane, and we've already been there, obviously, but had we not, this would be a prime time that we would say we just saw Aratane. There we go. And we're not going to get caught without an axe. Alrighty, from here these are easily choppable. Every one of these is just simple deciduous trees. Our basic one. So I'll see you once we have all of our logs. And we are back here. Should now have the whole thing. Lots of workers for this one, and we're good. Wait a few seasons, it says. We might actually have a little bit of a delay on us. Now, let's see what we can do against these adversaries. Hopes to actually get a good shot. Ooh, that's gonna be trouble for you guys. Yeah, I'm just taking that space up, huh? Interesting. I guess we're gonna have to face you down. Yeah. you're gonna have to draw your weapon, and I'll take advantage of that. And have you down. Oops. There we go. And what was it? Bronze sword, probably? Yeah, they tend to be loaded up with bronze swords. That's a few arrows in the head. Perfect. Arrows, we might as well get those and be restocked. Bronze arrows are decent. Ooh, tea. Perfect. There we are. It's time to go home. And being in the riverbank region, oh, actually, tell you what. While we're here, it's not something we'll be able to finish right now. I really don't think so anyway. This is a very big project. And this is quite the resource heavy item. 5 logs, we have no planks it turns out. Well, that's okay. It would be really convenient to get this one started. Oh, planks wise, I thought I was good on planks, but we are drained. Could always make an ads real quick and make a few additions here. Conveniently, we can't be crushed by this. It's a win. I do get a kick out of how often the bushes are in the way. Just trying to place stuff in the bushes like, hey, no, I'm right here. Perfect. Now what we'll do is we will drop these. 1, 2. There we go. And then we'll craft ourselves an adze. And without a bow, I have a space. Put them in a nice line so we can get a bunch of planks at one time. This is obviously horrendously inefficient, but we're just looking to get this started. Now we're talking about the chiseled stone. Oops, my bad. Nope, let's try that again. Perfect. Okay. I kind of want to get that done. I don't think we'll be able to finish both of them, but bark and massive amount of planks. Let's see what we can do. Just, why not, right? What if we can get it done this season? What if we could have a momentous end of season? Hey, rabbit. Oh, a beautiful sunset. And love the rich red color on the snow. This is a gorgeous, gorgeous evening. Gorgeous start to the evening. Gorgeous twilight fading into night. And I love the sound of the snow when you're running through it. It's nice and calm. The one, I mean, this game has it for the visuals for me, and I love the atmosphere. I've done a great job on the atmosphere. It's really nice just to get kind of lost in it and just enjoy just kind of playing. Bush saplings that will come back later. And you can pull them up with a shovel and they won't come back if you don't want to have them there. We need chiseled stone. We need a number of things. Alright, with this, we're definitely going to need to go back at our... Oh, that's right. I almost forgotten. I actually have everything we need here for storages. I really do want to build one. I want to have one building that has all of the storages in it. I think I did that in the other part of the village. What this? Let's do storage furniture. I am still in need of a beverage storage. This is convenient in the sense that, I mean, it is the spot where we craft those particular items. Now, the next thing we need is storage. And by the way, I'm going to furniture, and I'm going to Dynasty storage. I'm going to Dynasty food storage. I think that's okay right there, right? Cool. Now we have access to all of the different storages. Next one is the general for the feathers, and the last one is obviously our storage. Fantastic. Oop, that's got to go in there. And we don't need these. This goes in there. I think we needed a lot more chiseled stone. There's no way that we have enough produced yet. I mean, I could be wrong. Hold up. Be very comfortable being wrong. I am very comfortable being wrong. We are very much set. Now, I of course did not memorize how many we need to bring. We will have to see what we can get away with for just memory's sake. We obviously need a 50 of these, but we aren't going to be able to get... I don't need a full 50, but there's almost no point to not bringing them all. Planks, we need 125. We are a small bit shy, so let's do a quick wrap up on these. This ought to get us over 20. And once we get over 125, obviously we're fine. Then, I think what we'll do is we'll pop that into there. I think we'll also pop some of these into here too. We can come back for them. Let's carry as many logs as we can get away with. And I shall see you at the build site. There we go. Oh, 60 logs to go. I shall see you after getting 60 logs. Well, actually, let's try something. So I'm here. What I'm going to do is I'm just not going to talk. I'm going to have this go. By all means, please skip ahead to the next chapter if you are here and you don't want to have just this moment where it's just going to be chopping stuff down. It's just going to be the sound of chopping, the sound of the snow, just nice and quiet, the sound of the music. I'm just going to have that going. By all means, skip ahead. Or stick around. We'll have a nice zen moment. Silent, quiet, thoughtful. Just get lost in the moment. And there we are. 15 workers. Let's head home. And then let's see. We don't have enough people to assign all of these jobs. And we may be able to go find some. But it's been getting to the end of we have a very long episode here, so we should probably call it here. And we don't need to be in a huge hurry. Liberating Segi is a big deal. We do need to finish a couple projects there. Freeing the river bank region is important for us because that is where our home currently is. Our village is set here. Thematically, it matters to me. As far as performance in the game matters, not at all. I mean, the only thing we're going to gain out of freeing this area is that we can access our ice and clay and premium conifer. Now, I do definitely want premium conifer. That is a big deal. I do want those particular planks because I think they are the best planks for decorations in the game. It's just my thought. I would like it for that reason. The other issue, of course, is that we will be able to make the longbow if we liberate Segi. So, it would be really helpful if we could just have all of the things, right? You should be in bed, my friend. Get some rest. Fair to say that we should too. Now we have drained an awful lot of our plank situation, so let's make sure we do this. Because in the event that I decide I'm going to try to sweep up a couple more people, if we get really close, it might just be worth trying to pull it all off in one season. It would be super fun to just have both those regions done at the same time. Oh, I also forgot to take off the bronze Veshigara armor. Oops. Can't be running around looking as the Bronze Ronin in this village. That'll ruin our guise. There we go. Holding down E will allow you, again, to just drop things in there. Let's find our standard clothes. There we are. Oops, helps to put the clothes back on, right? There we go. There we are set. Now. We're running a little low on some of our things here. We have 30 people, so we cannot make this work, unfortunately. Let's change our jobs and get rolling on it. See what we have to get away with. As far as the watchtower is concerned, the small bridge takes 5. We can deal with these. Miners, carpentry. Okay, we have 5. That's good to go. Oh, it only takes 5 for these. Ooh. Uh-oh. You know what this is going to mean. This is going to mean that I really want to try to make this happen. Nene is already here. Oh, jeez. Oops, that was silly. I had to reassign the exact same person to a thing. Watchtower, Riverbank, Carpentry. Let's do it. Definitely don't need the oil press anymore, not for a while. Am I bad mathing in my head? I am bad mathing in my head. We can easily do this. Oh, dear me. And a few of these jobs are completely unnecessary right now. Oops, what's going on here? Can't I assign you? There we go. Not sure what was going on there, but just couldn't assign that one person. Guard tower I do need to keep because that is a need that is not as easily taken care of with consumables. My goodness. Workers to complete and assigned. Project completed in 1 season? What? Uh-oh, we're in a good spot. This project is ready. Oh my goodness, are we going to actually make this happen? Oops, nope, we need to make sure that you, good job. Here. Who else doesn't have a job so we don't make errors in our process here? Small bridge and the watchtower, you. You, there we go. And now I must have unassigned you. I see, I clicked on a replace, that's the problem. Replace, 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 replace. Now, check our needs. Eating can be dealt with. Ooh, beverages. Nope, we can't have that. So then what we need to do is we need to assign you to a well. That way we can at least take care of the majority of our beverage needs. I think it's probably going to be really important for us to have a better plan for beverages very quickly. We're losing access to... What we are is we're losing access to getting, you know, better... I don't know. If we don't have access to water, we're losing a lot of our better jobs that need water to be processed. We have plenty of meals, so I want them to just consume those. I would like... I think I would very much like to have somebody doing... Here. You're in the miner's workplace, but I really need somebody from this area. Who's a person in this area I can talk to? Oh, hi. Oh my goodness. I kind of figured this was going to happen. I was going to end up saying, ooh, I want to take on more villagers, and I'll totally need to build more houses. And it's okay. Alright, let's finish this up so we can get more people here. My thought is, let's get an innkeeper. We can at least take care of part of the healthcare jobs. Oh, those hammers go fast. But we'll have better hammers soon. I don't want to forget this right now. Oops, that's not how I want that. Can you tell that I'm running low on time to record and I'm trying just to get through this? Okay, now you. Let's try this. Tavern, and we have Tavern Keeper. Now, how much can we get out of that? Turns out not much. Turns out just enough. Ooh, 342, good. We need to keep this healthcare need low. I don't want to get it out of control. Beverage needs are a problem, but we may be able to work through that a bit. It's not what I want to do. Because for our character, we don't... Actually, we could do... I think Tobaruku is way more efficient if we want to be... If we're trying to go for the efficiency and whatnot, then we're going for that. But I think with Kuroi-Ran, she's not going to want to just throw a bunch of alcohol at a bunch of people yet. I mean, we shouldn't encourage them to drink. With her past experiences, it's not exactly what she would encourage. Amazake is solid, a good beverage, something that people can enjoy. And they should try their best to enjoy these sorts of things, not alcohol. This will be fine. This will be fine. Oh, I am very excited for this one, y'all. Very excited. Let's get to spring. You know, it'd be even better. The thing that would make this even better is I have one last thing I really just want to do. And pardon the fact that I'm stretching this out just a little further. I want to plant some fruit trees, and I want them to have a little bit of a start. Pardon my last little bit here. Interesting. It's not where I meant to go. I need a hoe. I could have made an iron one, but this'll do. There we go. Want to start getting fruit trees planted on our walkway in. And in some of our other areas. I just think they are gorgeous. Oh darn, see, look at that. I should have been looking. No questions asked, we want it. Alright, let's do this. And then we'll wrap it up. And again, I'm grateful for you being patient with this being a long episode. I try to balance things between the longer and shorter episodes. If it is preferred that they stay short, then I'll be glad to just make sure that they always stay short. Hour long or so. This one's turning into 2 hours. I didn't expect it to be this long, actually. There we go. Ooh, that's the wrong one. There we go. With a hoe out, we right click and then we go to What's wonderful is it gives us a profile of the tree. So we can check it out, or a silhouette perhaps I should say. But it gives us a view of this tree, and I want to have holding on shift as well. That way I can plant and continue. There we go. Unfortunately, it does also drain your character of stamina. Well, I'm going to plant a number of these just because I want a few of them, and if we don't like where they are, we can remove them. Now these are obviously regrowing bushes, and they do count as a plant deposit. This might be too many, because at some point if you have too much of a good thing, it does make things a little more, don't look as beautiful when there's just an excessive amount of them. Poor thing, I'm draining her stamina just by continually holding down this run bar, or the running key. And we can turn on auto run, but we will avoid that. The triad of trees. Perfect. Now, planting them this season because I want to give them that growth time so that they can actually be up in spring pretty soon. Change that season, let's go. And this should be for our watchtower first and foremost, I believe. We'll skip past it. This will be for our nope, this is the bigger project because there's our Atani in the distance. And of course we get similar animation with just subtle differences on it. But it is a beautiful bridge. We'll go tour it in the new season. Okay, good, we got 3. That's a small bridge project. You can tell by the creek it's going through. There is what we're talking about. There you go, and these Kuroi trees are growing. In due time, they'll be up. Start out by still having their beautiful leaves, just as a start. Wonderful. There we are, and that allows us the liberation of these 2 areas. We can now harvest coniferous, premium coniferous, that is, trees. We can now harvest ice when we're ready for that. We also have access to clay, though I will say clay is an awful resource to assign a worker to. They are not that efficient. And this means that we now actually own this region. Take care, y'all. Thank you for joining me in this episode, and thank you for joining me for a longer one. Have a wonderful day.